Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I am Rashmi and today we'll be discussing the types of supply and demand imbalances. In the last session, I had introduced the concept of demand and supply, and then we had talked about candlesticks and the types of candlesticks that we see on the charts. And now we'll be taking the lesson ahead and we'll be learning supply and demand imbalances, which will help us to draw supply and demand zones. So let's start. There are two types of supply and demand imbalances. One is valley and peak and the other one is continuation pattern, which we also called as CP. Okay, let's discuss in details. Valley and peak. So valleys and peaks are composed of these two formations. For valley, it's drop, base, rally, or it's a drop rally. We'll just draw and see. So valleys are V shape and peaks are mountain shape or like inverted V. So valleys like V shape and peaks are like mountain or the inverted V. So there are mainly two types. See, valley and peak, they are mainly used for drawing of supply and demand range at extremes. Okay, and they're used for drawing trend lines, which we'll cover later in the chapter. So how to draw a valley? So this one is for draw valley. See, drop means what? Price coming down, drop, then base and then rally. So it made a V. Drop, base and rally. Or sometimes you'll see in the charts that there's no basing, but the price moved down and then it moved up. So it's a drop, rally. So it's a V shape and this is how valleys are formed. Rally, base, drop. For peak, it's rally, base and then drop. And then or it's rally and drop, okay, without base. We'll see what a valley is. See, valley consists of one leg that is moved down. One leg moved down, okay. Then there's a base, and then there's one leg move out, which is also called leg out. So leg in, base, and a leg out. Okay, we'll see through an example. See this chart, this is showing you what this one is leg in, drop. Here it made a base. Okay, see this is a drop. This is a drop. Here it made base, and then price rallied, and then we draw demand in the base. Okay, so this is how a drop base rally. That's a V shape valley, or it could be just drop and then rally. Okay, and a peak. A peak will consist of a leg move up, a base, and a leg moved down. Okay, we'll see through the example. See, this one is leg in, leg move up, base, and leg out. So this one is leg in, and this one is leg out. Okay, or it could just be rally and drop. Okay, now we'll see one example through the charts. See over here, this is an example of peak. See, this one is rally. Number one is rally, number two is a base, and number three is a drop. Okay, see, and we can draw a supply. From peak we draw a supply. Okay, this is a supply zone, price moved downward, and then this is a fourth. Here the price pulled back into the zone and then again it moved down. So this chart is going to show you the example of a valley. Just see here, this is drop, then here we have a base candle, this one is drop, here we have a base candle at 2, and then 3 is my rally. Okay, and 4 and 5 is again a departure. Departure means further the price rallied. So it's a drop, base, rally pattern. Okay, and then at 6, so you see the price went up so high, and then again it pulled back here. 6 at this point, 6 price made a pullback, and then again it's moving up. Okay, see this, and this one is our demand zone. What do you do at demand? You buy at demand. Okay, so here then there's other type of imbalance, that is CP. that is continuation pattern. So what is continuation pattern? Is a pause in the market. Okay, so what happens here? The market is trending and then there's a pause in the market, and then the price resumes the current trend. Okay, the CP is of two type. It's mainly rally, base, rally, and a drop, base, drop. Okay, so these are two types of CP. So here in a CP, it's important that in an uptrend it requires a rally followed by a base, and then again another rally. In a downtrend it is a drop followed by a base, and then again drops. Okay, see, it's important to know that ERC and failed ERC cannot be a part of CP pause. Okay, why? Because a CP is a pause, and a pause cannot be an extended range candle. And then leg in and leg out, it is essential that it must be an ERC or a failed ERC candle. Okay, now I'll show you an example of CP. Okay, now I'll show you example of CP. See, this is drop, base, drop. Okay, see, this one is rally, base, drop, base, drop. No, this one is a base candle. This is not a drop. This is a 50% candle. See, this one is another example of CP, drop, base, drop. See, this one is, you can say this is a rally, but you know, it's actually a Marubozu candle, and this can be considered as a part of base. That I'll tell you later. So drop, base, then there was a rally. Okay, let's not consider this. See, then this is drop, base, drop. See, this one an example of rally, base, rally, base, rally. Okay, see, one thing you have to understand that it takes practice and a lot of screen time. So be patient. Your eyes and your brain needs a training and a lot of screen times. So everything gets better with lot of screen time. Okay, and one thing is that the valleys and the peak that we'll see in the charts now, they are potential demand and supply. Okay, this is like a disclaimer type. This is potential demand and supply, that this could be a demand and supply where a trade can be taken, but only when these imbalances qualifies further. And how it qualifies further, that will be learning in the upcoming sessions. Okay, I'll show you some more example of how to identify valley and a peak. See, this one is rally, base, drop. So this is our supply zone. Okay, then we have drop and base, rally. So over here you'll have your demand zone. Okay, this is a V, valley. So this one is your rally, base, rally. So there will be a demand zone over here like this. You can draw. See, the demand zone is also, it's coming, it just touched it and it made a move up. Okay, see this side of the charts, it's so confusing. Rally, drop, rally, drop. So you know, such type of zones you can just leave it. You don't need to trade this kind of zones. Just leave it, wait for the confirmation. See, then over here we have our rally, base, drop. So rally, base, rally, leave. It's again one rally, base, drop. So there's one supply zone that will be coming here. So this is a drop, base, drop. One supply zone over here. Okay, now drop, base, rally. One demand zone that will come here. So you see, it's price is touching and then it's retracing back. So you saw that there are two types of continuation pattern: rally, base, rally, and drop, base, drop. So this one is rally, base, rally, and a drop, base, drop. Now we'll be learning the drawing of zones, which is very important. Okay, so the zones have two lines, that is a proximal line and a distal line. The proximal line is the line closest to the current price, and the distal lines is the line that is furthest away from the current price. Okay, we just see through the diagram how it actually looks like. See, suppose this is a current price, okay, and the line that is near to the current price, that is proximal line. This is the demand zone. This one is the demand zone, okay, and this one is the supply zone. Okay, it's already written here. This one is the demand zone and this one is the supply zone. So for the supply zone, current price, this one is the proximal line, okay, and the distal line is the line furthest away. And for the demand zone, the line closest to the current price is again the proximal line, and the further away is the distal line. Okay, see, the most tricky part is drawing of proximal line. So here we'll just look for the example of demand zone, and then the same applies for the supply zone, which you can do it. See, you can draw it in two types. Okay, one, your zone can be from body to wick, and the other is wick to wick. Okay, so first is proximal line at the highest open close of the basing candle. Okay, that is body to wick, and the other one is covering the upper shadow and the lower shadow of the wicks. Okay, and when we do this, we do it when the bodies are small, wicks are tight and small, then we use this. We'll just see through the example, then you'll know better. Okay, see, this one is the example. Okay, this is a rally, a base and a drop. So this is a peak. So with peak we'll be drawing a supply zone. So see, this one is body of the candle. Okay, so the current price is somewhere here. Maybe the price would be somewhere here. So the current price is here. So this is body of the candle. So you draw one line through this, and then the wick, one line from here. So the line near to the current price is proximal line, and the furthest away is distal line. And see, since there is one wick, you could have also drawn a line. If it was supposed to be wick to wick, then this would have been our zone. Okay, now I'll show you how to identify zones and how to draw zones. Suppose, let's take this example. This one is a rally and a base and a rally. Okay, this may confuse you because you'll say that over here we have ERC candles. So let's not take this example until you are really pro at this. Let's take this one. Okay, rally, base and then a drop. So what we are going to do is, see, there are how many candles in the base? 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll take, one way is to take the lowest base of all the basing candles. So over here we have 4 basing candle. See, this one is the lowest base. Okay, so one line we are going to draw here and the highest wick. Okay, so another line will be covering this. Okay, so this is a drop, base and a rally. Okay, so here we learn how to do a demand zone. See, these are just potential demand zone. Okay, see, this one is the base, one line at the base, one line at the end of the wick. So we got a zone here. See, you'll draw the zone like this. You see, this zone did work. Actually the price came here several times, it made a touch, and then again price moved up. Okay, let's see this one. This is a drop and a rally. Okay, so this is not drop base rally but a drop and a rally. How we are going to draw a line here? See, this one is the base. We'll draw from the base to the wick. So our demand zone will be, this is going to be our demand zone here. This is our demand zone. So when it's a case of a drop rally, your demand zone is going to be this way. Then we'll look through more examples. Now see, this one is the example of drop, base and a rally. See, there are 1, 2, 3. Let's take this as 3. This looks like a ERC candle, failed ERC candle. So we'll take this 3 as a base. See, this is the top of the base candle, and then this is the bottom of the lower shadows of all the bases. So our zone is going to be, this is going to be our zone. You see how the price came here, touched this is area, touched the zone and then made a retracement. So this was a pullback and then price moved further up. Now look here, this is a drop, base and a rally. Okay, so this one, see, if you take drop, base, rally, then your zone, one zone will be here. Okay, see, this is a very tight base, so we are going to take wick to wick. Okay, here you don't take body to wick, so your one zone is going to be this wick to wick. See, other zone can be, this is a rally, base, drop, so this is another zone here, rally, base, rally, so it's a CP pattern, so this can be another zone here. Okay, so it might happen that price will just come and hit this zone and then make up move upward. Okay, now we just look through some CP patterns. See, this is a clear CP pattern, rally base, rally base, rally base, rally base, rally. Okay, so suppose you are doing here, so your one zone can be this one. See, there are rally and so many bases, so you'll just take body to wick of the lowest base. One demand zone is going to be here, you'll get one demand zone. See, because it's a tight base, and when there is one candle in the base, just take wick to wick, that is better. See here, this is a rally base. See, price is making move up and then again further moved down and then again made a move up. So this is some example how you can draw the demand zone. I think I need to show you some more supply zones. Okay, we have some example here, drop, base, drop, small base wick. So we'll just do this. Okay, this is our zone. So drop, base, drop, base, drop. Okay, just show you some more. See, this is a drop, base, rally. So here you can take, see, you have option actually, you can actually take from body to wick, or if you want you can also take from wick to body. Actually this depends on your risk taking capacity. If you make an entry here, then if you get a stop loss, you may end up losing more money, and if you make an entry here, then the zone is thinner, so lower is at risk. But then there are pros and cons of both. If you go through body and to wick, many times you don't get the entry, the price just touches the wick and then it makes the move, but the risk is higher. So you have to evaluate and you have to know what your trading plan is and what you want to take the risk or you don't. So I think I've shown you enough drawing of zones, supply and demand zone both I have shown you. Through valleys how to draw demands I have shown you, through peaks how to draw supply zone I have shown you, and then how to use continuation pattern to draw demand and supply zones I have shown you already. So one thing is that the key to this is all is everything will get better with lots and lots of screen time. Okay, and one thing more, again I'll say this, the valley and the peaks that we drew here are only the potential demand and supply, and only when this imbalances qualifies further, which you learn in our upcoming sessions, it will be a true demand and supply. Just by looking the demand supply here, just don't take trade and end up losing money. Okay, so that's all we have for today. In the next session we'll be discussing these bases and drawing of zones in a little detailed manner, and then we'll also learn about how to draw trend lines. So stay tuned and please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you get all the updates as soon as I upload the lessons. Thank you.